Hello, hello. I've decided to do a playthrough of Panzer Corps 2. That's because, well, we don't get a lot of turn-based games nowadays. I really like those. This is a sequel to Panzer Corps 1, obviously, which was the spiritual successor to a really old game called Panzer General. That was part of the General series of SSI. It was a pretty good series, one of my favorites. And so yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what they've done with this game. So let's try and play through it and see what happens. I've not played this. Well, I played a bit of the tutorial because I wanted to see what the new features are and how the game runs. But I don't really know what I'm doing. I kinda knew what I'm doing in previous games, so I shouldn't be completely terrible. Which is why I think I should give myself a bit of a challenge here. This one says it's for people who started their career in this game, which is not true for me. So I probably want to bump it up to the next one. Let's see what are these advanced options. Okay, weather supply, fog 4, that's like the first game. It had the same options. Turn limit, I don't see how the game would work without a turn limit. That would be way too easy. What is that? Oh, it's like a fog 4 that removes the terrain as well, is that it? It sounds, I don't know, different. It's probably not how it's supposed to be played. Because when you're planning this campaign, like you should know what you're attacking into, at least the terrain. That wouldn't make any sense. What is that? Custom army. Oh, I see. So you pick instead of the starting army. I guess that would be an advantage. Do I want to give myself an advantage? What does that do? Oh, now that's interesting. I want to do that. It seems yo, but I want to do it. I hate saves coming, but you know, when you can do it, it's really, I don't know, it's hard to not do it sometimes. And the undo action can also be abused a lot. And I feel like the game's gonna be better without it. So let's try that. Now give myself the custom army to at least offset this disadvantage a bit. I don't know what those are. I'm guessing this doesn't matter since I'm not gonna have undo in this mode. I imagine. Special challenges, those seem difficult, so let's not do them on the first playthrough. Combat randomness, how does that work exactly? Does it say something? Okay. 0% combat is always as predicted, and 100%. What does that mean? Interesting. It doesn't count the combat result at all. Is that how it works? I don't get it. Anyway, I want to leave some randomness just because that's how the original game played. And if you don't have randomness, you're kind of gonna play more. You're gonna play more risky basically because you can predict when your units aren't gonna die. Now you have to be more cautious if there's some randomness. So even though it's annoying, I'll just leave some to make it seem like the old game and to make it a bit more cautious. Alright. So we're a general in the German Wehrmacht, that's what I want to hear. And we'll be spearheading the invasion of Poland. And we actually get to choose where to attack. Now, choices are interesting. I like when games do that, but we don't really get a lot of information about what we're choosing. Like, the only thing it says is you have close quarters combat if you choose south, and you have open ground if you choose north. But we don't get like a strategic map or something. I think that would be cool if you can plan more, because this is just a 50-50 unless I've played through the campaign. I don't know which one is which. Now I'm gonna choose north because it says open ground, and I plan to buy a lot of tanks, and those should be really strong there. So let's do Poland north. Alright. Alright, so this is the new feature, which we get to customize our general. Now let's look through all the traits. I've glanced at them before. I've seen, I don't know, some videos about the game, I guess. Infantry general, Panzer general, that's what we want. We want tanks. I don't know if they balanced tanks in this game, but in the previous games they were kind of broken. Because if you get a bunch of elite tanks, there's very little that can stop them. The only generals game I've played from the original series where tanks and infantry was balanced was People's General. Because in that one, infantry got insane bonuses in close quarters combat, in bad terrain. Alright, what is this? Prototypes. I don't know how this works exactly. Why is it 15 to 20? That sounds like a lot. What used to be prototypes before is you get one unit that hasn't been researched yet. Like normally how this works is you go to the campaign and time passes, so the later in the campaign you'll be in the later years of the war, so you get new equipment unlocked. But sometimes if you do really well in missions you get prototypes, which are equipment that you shouldn't normally have. You get them in advance. But I imagine that's not how this works, because it says a really big number. You obviously can't get like 20 units from the future. That's gonna be nuts. So I'm gonna leave this for now, because I don't know how it works. Get more prestige from capturing flags. That sounds good, because I like to capture as much towns as possible so I can maximize my prestige, but maybe I wouldn't be able to do it in my first playthrough because I don't really know what's happening. Deep Recon, I reveal all the primary objectives. That's useful, but it's not like super game changing, I guess. Operational Initiative, I get bonus initiative for the first 3 turns. Initiative lets you attack first, and that's really good, because if you attack first, you deal damage first. At least that's how it was in the old games. I don't know if that's gonna be the same. Maybe not. Master of Blitzkrieg, tanks get 1 movement point and cross minor rivers easier. Now that sounds good. Basically from what I heard, there's minor and major rivers. Major rivers you can't cross. Minor rivers work like the old rivers used to work, which is you spend all your movement points to enter the river and you get a combat penalty if you fight there, and then the next turn you can leave. So I don't know what easier means. I assume there's still gonna be a penalty, but probably you can cross the river in 1 turn. Maybe you don't have to end your turn there. That would be useful. Battle Academy, now that's definitely useful, because the way you win this game is you amass a big core stack of units with a bunch of experience, and you have to get them to really high levels of experience, and they become unstoppable in the later stages of the game. At least that's how it used to work. Auxiliary Force, you get additional auxiliary slots, which used to be units which you can't carry over missions. So you have your core force, which gets experience, then you have auxiliaries, which you can buy just for a single mission, basically. Which isn't very useful, because I don't think I'm gonna have that much prestige to spend, especially if I'm doing a higher difficulty. I'll be trying to use it very efficiently. I don't know if I'll be able to, because it's my first playthrough, but I'll try. Trophies 4, we get more captured equipment. Now, captured equipment is a new feature, I don't know how that works exactly. I think it's when things surrender, you can capture them. But I don't know what you can do with them after that. It sounds good, but again, I don't know exactly how it's gonna work out, so... Circle units for twice the penalties. There's another new feature, if you encircle units, they get suppressed every turn. Suppression is an old feature, but I guess I'll have to explain that later as well, if you guys don't know that. Flexible command. Splitting does not consume unit swaps. Unit splitting is another new feature, which you can split units, as it says, but again, I don't know how useful that is, so I can't tell how strong this is right now. I'll have to play out with it first. Killer team will start with additional heroes. I don't actually know what that is. Anti-air units, outright kill instead of suppress. I imagine anti-air units only do suppression in this game. It wasn't like that before. I don't know if that would be useful. I don't really plan on using those. They weren't very strong before, but maybe now they are. We'll see. Friendly unit in a hex cancels enemy zone of control in the hex. Zone of control is basically if you have a unit next to an enemy unit, you can't freely move in the tiles adjacent to the enemy unit once you're adjacent to that unit. I don't know, it's kind of difficult to explain, but you will see it in game. I guess that is useful. It might be useful if I'm doing like a tank strategy where I want to break through their lines, because I can put a tank adjacent to a unit and then the next tank can move around the unit and you can surround it. So that sounds good actually. I could maybe try that. But the thing is, you only start with 2 points in order to spam those. But the cool feature they have is you can pick weaknesses and those give you extra points. So let's see if there are any weaknesses which aren't too terrible and crippling. In apt logistics we get minus 10% core swaps. Core swaps are very useful because you don't have unlimited units you can buy, so you probably want as many core swaps as you can get. No overstrength, cannot give overstrength units. That also sounds really bad because we're trying to get all your units to be elite, and when they're elite they get overstrength. Basically they start at 10, but if they have enough experience they can go up to 15 in previous games. I don't know how it works here. I see infantry already starts at 15. Maybe they can go to 20, I don't know, we'll see. Denied Air Force cannot purchase air units. That sounds really bad. Really bad. Air Force used to be crucial. I think they rebalanced it here. I saw in the tutorial they were cheaper and they returned to the airfield every turn. But still, it's gotta be... You probably need air units. That sounds really bad. Denied Artillery. Artillery is also very useful, but I'd say it's less useful than Air Force, at least in the old games it was that way. So this is still crippling, but maybe not as crippling. Get new equipment 6 months later than usual. It's hard to tell how important that is. I would need to know exactly when the missions are. Like in some missions you might need brand new equipment. Like in the old games, for example, it was very important to upgrade your fighters so you can take control of the air. And if you miss a crucial fighter upgrade, you could have been screwed before. It might not be like this in this game, but I don't know, it seems risky. Green Army, elite replacements are limited to 3 times per mission. You know, actually, It doesn't sound too bad. Because what I try to do is I don't use replacements very often during the mission. I just pull my weakened units back, and I only use replacements if I need to complete the mission. And the reason is because in the original game, once you beat the stage, all your units go back to 10 HP, so you save money that way. And if you're playing on a higher difficulty, you need all the prestige you can get. And in Panzer Corps 1, you still had to replenish your units after the mission, but it was a lot cheaper than during the mission. So you still saved all the money. So this sounds not so bad to me, but the cost is pretty high, so maybe it is actually bad. I wanna try it, to be honest. 3 times per mission, that's not even that bad. I mean, I can usually do that, at least in the other games. Delayed reinforcements cannot use replacements in the middle of the battle. Wait, that's different. Am I misreading this? 3 times per mission. Wait, does that mean that counts in the start of the mission? Oh, again, that's a bit more problematic. Yeah, so probably can't do that. Can maybe do that, but this is still a bit risky. Even though I said I don't use replacements a lot, you kinda need to sometimes. And if you can't, that could be pretty rough to complete some of the missions. And we don't have save loads, because we're doing Ironman. So yeah, maybe do that, maybe not. Poor maintenance. You randomly lose move points and attack actions. That sounds absolutely atrocious. How is that only -2 points? It can ruin your entire turn. I'm not picking that. Units spend 2 points of ammo on each attack instead of 1. If a unit has 1 ammo left, it will shoot with half strength. Doesn't sound too bad. I'm not sure how ammo works in this game. I think they changed it. Like, it used to be, you know, you use 1 ammo point for every time you fire, and when you run out of ammo, you have to press resupply and you skip a turn and you go up in ammo and fuel and whatever you need. I think it's different in this game, but again, I just played a bit in the tutorial. I don't really know. So yeah, this might be okay to pick. Doesn't seem that bad, honestly. Inefficient supply. Units get reduced supply at the beginning of their turn. Yeah, from what I've been seeing, I think the units get supply at the start of every turn instead of you having to manually supply them and skip a turn. But if they're surrounded, they don't get supply, so as long as your units aren't surrounded, this shouldn't be a big of a deal. But also, I don't want to pick both of these, because that might actually screw us. If I waste more supply but I also get less supply, that'll be bad. Not sure which one is less bad actually. They sound kind of similar. Who knows? Poor ground control. Enemy units can freely move through zone of control. No, that's could be really bad depending on what you're doing with your units. Like if you're having these stacks of infantry followed by artillery, then you need ground control to protect your artillery. But if I'm just doing a bunch of tanks and going behind the lines, I don't necessarily need ground control, zone of control. But then again, it's pretty high cost, so maybe I'm underestimating this. Bad luck. Combat results can never be better than predicted. Not the worst, I guess, but I don't really want to pick it. I want to pick things that I can avoid relying on because of using a different strategy, I guess. And bad luck, even though it's not game breaking, is gonna constantly decrease the performance of my units. Each tag deals 1 point less damage to enemy entrenchments. That would be bad if I don't have pioneer units. Pioneer units ignore entrenchment, and you can use them to destroy heavily fortified units. At least I imagine that's how it's gonna work. It doesn't sound too bad to me, honestly. But I'm guessing entrenchment also works differently in this game. So I don't know. I don't know about this one. Can upgrade no more than 3 units per mission. It's not the worst. You have to plan ahead though. Sometimes what I used to do in Panzer Corps 1 when playing on the higher difficulties was leave some unupgraded units until they get experience, because on higher difficulties you didn't have a lot of money to spend. So this could work, but again I'll have to see how the game works out first. Fear of unknown, cannot order units to move through fog of war. That sounds not the worst. Like if you're using recons, it won't be a problem because they can move gradually and you can scout ahead. But I'm sure there's gonna be a point when I'm gonna be screwed over by this. And it sounds terrible for airplanes. And I plan to use airplanes. So I don't know. Right now, from my first glance, it seems like these are the least bad. But again, I don't know enough about the game right now. So if I want to pick something, I think I want to pick these. Let me check again if I really want some of these. I want to try perimeter control, and I want to try... Where's the experience one? Battle Academy. That seems great. Those seems like the best ones to get. Just do a bunch of tanks, get a lot of experience. Sounds great. Oh yeah, this one is also useful. Which one do I want more? Faster tanks or perimeter control? I don't know if I necessarily need faster tanks. Tanks are already pretty fast, right? I just need to encircle the units, destroy them, and slowly move out. I don't need to like super yo it and move as fast as possible. The river crossing thing sounds useful, but I don't know. I want to try the zone of control thing. That sounds interesting, and you can plan around that. I think, at least if it works how I think it works. So yeah, I guess we can try that out. Hopefully those don't cripple us too much on the first playthrough, because that would be bad. If I don't know what I'm doing and I'm getting demolished because of these, but they don't sound too bad on first look. So let's try. Oh, I guess I can pick my portrait. Alright, which one is the biggest Chad? Let's see. I like this guy. He doesn't look too old. Alright, let's pick that guy.
I salute your impeccable timing here, General. My telephone call with High Command just finished. Now that the invasion of Poland is imminent, we need to discuss your role in Operation Fall Weiss. During these briefings, I will be your primary link to the directives coming from High Command. While my time on the battlefield may be long past, I can still offer you important insights alongside your orders. Now then, on to the business at hand. As you can see, we're deploying your new Panzer Corps to Jastrow to combine with elements of Cluj's 4th Army. Your immediate objective is to cut the Danzig corridor by advancing to the Vistula River. Our move to link Germany and East Prussia is an obvious one that our enemy will surely predict. But I expect the speed of your advance to take them by surprise, allowing you to intercept their forces before they reach more defensible positions. To fully take control of the corridor, these 2 major crossings on the Vistula must be occupied. If you seize the opportunity, crossing the Vistula here in a flanking maneuver could make taking your objectives much easier. Good luck on your first combat operation, Herr General. I would hate for it to be your last.
I'm not gonna lose at Poland. You kidding me? I've conquered Poland a million times. In like 5 million different war games. Alright. They have a cool briefing now, that's a new feature. I have to get accustomed to the hotkeys, they're a bit different. 5 is strategic mode, that's it's odd. It's usually just M for the map. So we need to capture all of these towns. He was saying that supposedly there are units up here that might attack. However, I don't think any of my towns are key towns, so even if I lose them, it doesn't mean anything, right? If I understand correctly, these are not victory squares. Right, I thought I would be able to recruit my starting force. Don't I press that? I'm pretty sure I checked that. Why can't I do that? Let me get used to the controls first. So this is deploy. Delete. I don't think that's gonna give me the gold back. But I already have an army. I thought I had a custom army. Damn. Is there a way to check? I guess not. Weird. I would have definitely preferred to have more tanks. But you know, I can work with that. It's how the game used to be before. Anyway, you had the starting army. But they gave you the flexibility to buy the last couple of units. And here I can't really do that. This is not the number of units. Right now you have every unit costs different slots. Which is again a new feature. Which is pretty good, I guess. Because you can't... Like before you had... Let's say you have 12 units available and you can buy 12 of the heaviest tanks. And that would be the same as having 12 of the cheapest infantry units. But now it's different. Maybe I can get units from my allies later on. Not right now. Not that I'd want Italian units, but hey, at least it's cool we have the option. Maybe they have some not useless units in this game. Alright, can we upgrade anything? We have some money. I wanna see how much the upgrades cost at least. Alright, so where is the panel of my units though? I don't understand that. Can I only upgrade one unit at a time? That seems super convenient. Alright, so in this game upgrading is just a flat cost of the difference between the cost of the two units, which is not how it used to be before. Before you had to pay a lot more, and in Panzer Corps 1 there were certain units which can be upgraded for cheaper. Like for example, if you have a Panzer II and you want to upgrade it to a Panzer IIc or some other model, you just pay the small amount. But if you want to upgrade it to a completely different unit, you pay almost the full price, really. And it was still worth it because, like, if your unit is really experienced, you want to upgrade him to like the best unit possible. If it wasn't experienced, it's not worth it, obviously. This I don't really like, because, you know, right now there's little reason to not upgrade your units, I guess. Let's see if they have any... actually... Oh. I guess it doesn't show the current tank in this menu. So I have a Panzer 1B selected. Does the Panzer 1B have any benefits over the other tanks? I don't think so. It's basically just more of everything. Complex measure of units, range, optics, maneuverability, and training. So it's basically shooting first, right? Yeah. That's exactly what I said. But they had to explain it in the most weird way possible. That's fine. Yeah, so you see that the reds are our unit and the greens are the new unit. So basically it's better at everything. So why would you not upgrade it? No. Just upgrade it. Not a fan of that, but hey, what can you do? We gotta try hard because we picked a pretty difficult game mode for my first playthrough. Alright, so we have... This one is a smaller artillery. I think in the previous games it only used to have 2 range. Yeah, that's kind of bad, so we probably want 3 range. Does it come with a truck? Does it say... Oh, it comes with the horse transport. That was something they had in Panzer General 2. But I guess they still have it now. What does the horse transport do? There are different types of movements. Does it say how it works? No. Well, basically, there's wheeled movement, horse movement, and feet movement, or whatever. And they all have different costs for traversing different types of terrain. Which I can't tell you right now for this game, but it used to be that wheeled units would move really fast on the road, but they would have a hard time moving through rough terrain. So even though this is 8, it's only 8 on roads. It's not really 8 on other terrains. But you know, it's still good because you're not gonna be moving your artillery through bad terrain. Alright, there's a lot of numbers. Let's see what's happening here. Oh yeah, I guess one benefit of the horses is that you don't need fuel. Which is good, but you know, I still probably want to have a truck. What about the artillery? It takes 1 more slot, which is not great, but the 1 range is huge. So I definitely want that. This one, what is this? This is too expensive, right? Oh, this is 6 core slots? That sounds crazy. Alright, let's get this one for now. Seems like a good compromise. And you have 2 different types of trucks at the start. That's good. It used to be that you would only get the advanced trucks later on. This is the same as the one we upgraded. We only have 1 recon to choose from. Alright. Alright, we have infantry and pioneers. So pioneers, what they do is they ignore entrenchments. Is that right? Yeah, there we go. And here they have some new things like sort of abilities. What does that do? Has access to the enemy units, close defense rating when fighting close terrain. I don't really get that. I guess it's good at close combat, but sure. And in this game there are mines, and these guys instantly clear mines, which sounds useful, but I don't know how many campaigns are gonna have mines, so who knows. And it has bonus attack and structures. So basically all sorts of fortifications. This is really good against. And also has this ability where your adjacent units entrench faster. Which I guess it would be good if we're defending something. I don't know if there are any defensive missions in this game. There might be. So this one is actually the Wehrmacht infantry, the standard infantry unit. Which is why it doesn't appear in this menu. If you want to upgrade them to pioneers, they're actually costing a lot of Korean swords, which I don't think we have. Oh no, we do have, because it's only one more. And the pioneers also move slower, which is another downside. Yeah, okay, I'll leave it at this. I like the extra speed of the light infantry at the start, but in the previous games, as the campaign progressed, it would become pretty difficult to make use of your infantry, because it's not very strong in open fields when you're attacking, at least in the later stages of the campaign. So what I did before was I would upgrade all of them to pioneers at some point in the game, and they would deal with cities while the tanks are cleaning up everything else. But for now I think they're fine. I could get them trucks, but I don't know if I want to do it right now. How much are the trucks? That's a lot of money. Do I want to try cavalry? What does that do? More spotting, less ammo. That's not the worst. The only problem I have is that I imagine they're gonna be obsolete at some point. And I'm gonna have to upgrade them to something and spend a lot of money. Maybe not, because they are expensive. So yeah, it's basically like getting a truck. Well, no. It's a bit cheaper, but you know what I mean. I want to try the cavalry. I've never played around with them. Let's try one. See what happens. Can't be the worst thing ever. Alright. This has taken us too long. I think it's time to get into the game. Alright. Now we can move. It's our first turn. We have 15 turns to capture all of this. Might be difficult, might not be. We'll see. So I have a recon, right? The first thing I want to do is just check the terrain, see what we can see. The city is empty, that's interesting. Now this cavalry can't move further than that, so I think what I want to do is attack this infantry here. And in this game what you can do is when you have multiple units adjacent, you see how it shows mass attack, you get a bonus when you're attacking. It's pretty useful. The blue number you saw this here in is suppression. Suppression means you don't deal damage to the units, but basically the suppressed units can't fight this turn. So it's as if we're fighting against a 6 strength anti-tank gun. Well, it's actually 10. And if the unit is not surrounded, in the next turn it's going to recover all suppression, so it will start fighting as normal. Alright, so we want to attack this guy with infantry. I thought the results would be better. This is an anti-tank unit, it's gonna be better against tanks, obviously. They're not actually that great against tanks, because, well, they're cheap. They're cheaper than tanks. At least that's how it used to be. But, you know, they used to be weak to infantry, maybe not so much now. So I guess I want to use the Stuka and this guy. The result is the same, but this guy has less maximum health, so sounds wise. I'm gonna attack this guy, because I don't think we'll be attacking anyone else this turn. And we're gonna place the fighter next to the bomber, because bombers are weak to fighters, but when you have a fighter adjacent, there's this thing called intercept, where the fighter defends the bomber from the first enemy attack. Which means that if they only have one unit, it's gonna be really inefficient for them to attack the bomber, they have to attack the fighter. Alright, so we wanna... I'm curious about something though. The zone of control thing doesn't work as I thought it would. I imagined I would be able to go over here if I have units next to this unit. It would be nice if I can figure out exactly how it works. Because I would need to be using my bonuses effectively. Alright, what about this? Ground state, that's something new. It used to be that it would just say clear weather, that's it. I don't know what ground state means, how that's affected differently than weather. We'll see. Anyway, it basically means we have good weather. Alright, so I guess I'll get behind him. Shoot with this guy, because I imagine it'll be more difficult to make use of him next turn. And there's this thing when you have a tank and it's gonna kill your unit in an open field. You have this thing called overrun in this game, where it just instantly kills the unit without retaliation and you can continue your movement. So that's really strong. It's a really strong ability for tanks. We'll need to be able to use this effectively to succeed with our tank strategy, I imagine. Let's capture them, we get some money. It's nice. Imagine I can move the recon there, it's not gonna be too dangerous. I wonder if I want to ignore this. If we get the towns, we get the extra prestige, but I don't know if I'll be able to afford to waste time. I feel like I want to get a better feel for the game first. I find it with these. Alright. Oh, see how it's encircled? It's because we have zone of control here and here, which means that he doesn't have any connection with their supply lines. So it means when it's encircled, it's not going to recover suppression, and it gets 2 suppression every turn. Which means that we don't actually need to attack it this turn, but I will, because this is a good result. Well, this is also a good result, but I don't want to do it, because if he retreats here, he will no longer be encircled, I imagine. I want to move these guys forward, but he will be able to attack them, and artillery in Drux is very vulnerable. So I'm not gonna do that, I'll just move them once. Alright, and I think that will do for my first turn. Oh, they had a unit there. Yeah, you see that is very bad, even though the artillery was not in a truck. I don't know why you didn't have defensive fire there. Isn't that how it's supposed to work? I'm pretty sure that didn't do defensive fire. Why did that happen? Unarmored units, really? Only soft targets? Interesting. Is that different for the different artilleries, I wonder? Is that just a new feature? How does that work? Yeah. Alright, so there's another new feature in this game, I guess. There are different types of combat support, it seems. Some of them only work against hard targets, others only work against soft targets. And there's one against enemy artillery as well, it seems. I'm not sure how much I like that. I don't know why it needs to be separated for hard and soft targets. It doesn't make much sense to me, but we'll need to get used to that. Alright, so that was pretty bad. I'll need to not lose this unit, because that would be terrible. Losing units this early. This guy I'm not that worried about him. I'm gonna shoot him. Do a bit of suppression. We'll shoot this guy. So this should be suppressed 4, right? Yeah, you see we had 2 suppression last turn. And now 2 more because of the encirclement. We still cannot overwhelm it. What is this? This is a recon. Yes, so we should be able to kill it with our tanks, but I want to shoot it first with my dive bomber. Is this a fighter or a bomber? Seems like a bomber because it has carpet bombing. Oh, there's the icon. Okay, strategic bomber. Gotcha. Strategic bombers, they don't do damage, but they do suppression. Alright, this should be good against hard targets. I didn't check, but that's how it used to be. There's not a big difference, but it's slightly better against hard targets. Oh, every unit has like special abilities now, I guess I have to read them. Whoa, altitude attack. I don't know what accessing close defense means. I really don't, I'll have to figure that out. Alright, I'll need to keep this guy in the back. I picked the thing that I can't replace yet, so... Right, that's because... Yeah, it's because I picked the general weakness. That's fine, I'll just need to keep it back. Alright. Seems like a good attack. Another good attack. Wait, he's not retreating? Interesting. Alright. Should be able to overwhelm him. If I'm correct. Which means they get to move here again and overwhelm this guy. I keep calling it overwhelm, but it's so overrun. And the city is actually not occupied, so I will be able to take it. That's nice. Infantry, I want to move it, also the pioneers, right? They only move 2, so I'll move them here so they can attack the city next turn. I need to deal with the cavalry somewhat. I'm spooked that there might be units there, so I'll keep this guy back. Why can't he move? Is there something I'm missing? I didn't move him, right? Why is his movement so low? I don't really get that. Well, anyway. I want to block this guy. And I don't want to lose more infantry units, so I'll just stack him with the tanks. I really want to overwhelm him though, I don't want to waste time. Let's that. Put the tank here so we can see if someone's coming. And this guy hasn't moved, but he has attacked. I want to surround their tank. Oh, there's an infantry here. That's fine. If I go here, I can... Well, I can encircle him from here as well. I think... I don't know which unit would be more strong against enemy attacks. Why does the right click not always work? Huh? Wait, what is happening? Do I need to double right click? I don't understand. Why does it work for that unit but not for the cavalry? I just don't understand. Okay, well, use the key, I guess. So they have more soft attack. Wait, I'm looking at the attack. I need the defense, ground defense 8 against 10. Yeah, this is stronger, but it has less health. So, yeah, not sure. I guess I will put him here. Put the cavalry maybe closer to the city. Maybe I want to keep him safe here. I don't want to take too much damage on my cavalry because I'll need them to conquer the cities. And I can't reinforce. Not gonna attack yet because this isn't the greatest attack for me. This guy is encircled, he can't move much. Which means it should be safe to put artillery here. And then next turn I can shoot at the town. And that should be good. Alright. Whoa, what? Why would you do that? I did more damage than I expected. But that's fine. Taking damage on the recon is not a big deal. Why would you ever move in my airfield? I don't understand. Doesn't he have an airfield? He does. That is just stupid. Okay, well. Thanks for the free kill, I guess. These guys don't have a lot of scouting. I would have liked to see what's in the city. Guess we'll move the pioneer there. Oh, there's only this guy. I can probably just take it this turn. Alright. Oh, he doesn't want to retreat. Only one suppression. Interesting. Oh, that's fine though. I'm gonna move the tank forward. He can't reach anything, unfortunately. So I'll put him here to protect. I wanna try and circle these guys. Is that okay? Okay, that kills him. Wait, what? Doesn't? I thought you're guaranteed an overwhelm if it shows that it kills the unit and if you're in the clear. Is the counterside different? Does that not count? Maybe. Yeah, that's kind of big. I guess I'll need to finish him off with the recon. Like, using the recon's not a big deal, but I would have liked to attack with the tank again. So yeah, as you can see, our ammo replenishes every turn. Like, we waste 2, but it gets replenished. So if our units don't get surrounded, I don't think it should be a problem. But if they get surrounded, then that will be really bad, because they will turn out of ammo fast and they will get clobbered, so I need to be careful. I don't think they can buy units from here, because it's not a strategic point, whatever it's called, so it should be fine leaving the city. Which means I want to redirect my tank to over there. Does mass attack activate if they're not adjacent? I guess it doesn't. Alright, I'll just put him here. Alright, we took 1 damage, but that's fine. Does that count as encirclement? Because I have zone of control here, but he has a unit there. I can't undo actions, so I won't be able to change that. But I wanna try just to know in the future. Oh, it does count. Okay. Well, that's good. I don't think he'll retreat if I attack, so I'm gonna attack. Alright. I'm not gonna attack because he can retreat here and get away. And he wouldn't be able to do much next turn anyway. Alright, this guy's gonna go here, I guess. Should be fine. The artillery I want to be safe with, so I'll keep it in the back for 1 more turn, and once I scout this area I'll get it going. A bit of extra artillery fire, it's not gonna hurt. Artillery is one of those units, and even when they're injured they're still pretty useful, but I don't want to be too reckless with them. Actually, I haven't attacked with my bomber yet, which is a bit of a mistake. Should have done that first. I can attack now, but I still don't want to because I think I can kill it with the tank for free next turn, and yeah, that should be fine. Oh yeah, one thing I didn't really consider is because we have the penalty, or we use double ammo, I can't use up the overwhelm too much in 1 turn, because once I kill 2 units, I'll have 1 ammo, and then I would only attack with half strength, and then I wouldn't be able to retaliate next turn if they attack me. I didn't really think about that, might be a problem. But oh well, I guess just overwhelming once per turn is fine. And then keep the 1 ammo in case they have to retaliate. Shouldn't be the end of the world. I don't think the computer's gonna make use of that. I think he's that smart to figure out, oh, he only has 1 ammo, I'm gonna focus all my attacks there. And run him out of ammo and overwhelm him. Alright, let's end the turn. Enough talking about that kind of nonsense. He did 2 damage with infantry, that's very interesting. When did that happen? That's my strongest tank too. Alright, we're gonna capture this. There are no units there. But we probably wanna move along this path anyway. Can we see something else? We can't. Do I wanna shoot here? I don't even wanna shoot there. But I can't shoot anything else. So might as well. Alright, let's take the city. Oh, this is empty. Interesting. In that case, we'll think about where we want to move that later. Alright, hopefully I can overrun this guy. See, we kill it for free now. Can I use the mass attack here? And this is a tank with little ammo, so we want to not have him exposed. Which means we'll put this guy in the front line. Attack again, he retreats. And this will probably overwhelm him. Can move again. Interesting. It's a weakened infantry, so I might actually want to attack though. That, even though my tank is also weakened. Do I want to move my guys? He doesn't reach it, but I don't have the airfield yet. I guess I could have thought about that first, huh? Alright, this means we'll be inefficient with our airplanes next. Actually, yeah, I guess I can do that. I saw the enemy move onto my airfields. I imagine we can't rebase into their ones, even if they're empty, right? Yeah. I guess he just moved on top of it. How does the rebase work if the airfield is further than what I can move? I imagine I can still go there. No, we'll see next turn. This guy cannot attack, so I'll use him to scout. Use this guy's scout as well. He'll be alone, but I don't think there's any fighter that can reach him there, nor see him there, so I highly doubt he'll get attacked. I don't want to put my cavalry here, it's a bit exposed. I don't know what forces they have here. Infantry will slowly move up there, but I don't really want to expose them, so let's put them next to the tank. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to put this. You know what, yo? What is the worst that can happen? See, they don't have anything. Alright, which guy has more ammo? This guy has more ammo, but he has the worst combat result. I think we have probably attack with all of them. It's probably something I can get away with. This is a major river, which means this unit might surrender. Oh, what? That's how it works? Oh, I didn't know that. Alright, well, now we know. Apparently in this game you can retreat to more than one square. Back in the day it used to be that if you have 8 units blocking you, you can't retreat, so you would surrender. I guess that makes sense, but it's definitely not how it worked before. Heck, can they really go up here and attack my artillery? I doubt it, but just to be safe, let's just go here. And this guy, I want to put him here so I can attack the city next turn. The city might be hard to attack because I can only attack him from this square. I would need to go from this side, and I don't know if there's any blocking this path. You know what would be useful actually? I think that the bridge pioneers only cost 1, so I can buy one of those. Yeah, let's do that. It might be a bit late because I didn't think about this in advance. I would be able to move them next turn, I believe. Alright, looking good so far. Yeah, see, thought something like that might happen. But it's not the end of the world. It'd be pretty embarrassing if I lose in the first mission, since I can't reinforce, but hopefully it doesn't happen. Oh, it's actually open. Can my tank go there? No, I barely can't. This guy also can't because he's a pioneer, they only move 2. I really want to go there, but I might lose this guy. Will I really lose that guy? Is there a way to scout? What? I don't mean to do that. Oh yeah, it kinda sucks when you can't redo misclicks. I guess that's the one downside. But whatever. I'll be more careful next time. Yeah, well, I see Switely here, but I guess I can return. Because he's a recon. No, maybe not. Can't move again. Anyway, I don't think he's gonna die. And even if he dies like a recon unit, I don't really need experience in those that much, because they don't fight, they just scout. So, whatever. Even if I lose him, it's not the worst. I can buy another unit. Buy more tanks, maybe. Alright, so... it's not gonna be wise to attack this turn, which means I'm gonna shoot here this turn. And we'll surround this unit. Classic Blitzkrieg tactics. Cut off the supply lines. Why does he take 2 damage? Oh, it's the worst tank. I see. Ooh. I did not see that. No, that's a problem. Alright, so this is an anti-tank unit. They don't have range, but in this game apparently they have this new thing called 80 support. So they don't have range, right? Yeah, even though they don't have range, because they have this ability, they can defend against tanks. So our tank took a pretty big hit there, which was not great. Now we'll need to defend him. I'll need to put the cavalry unit here, which isn't the worst actually, because these guys are still in circle, right? Yeah. They're suppressed too. I could attack them this turn, but I don't need to. I'll do it next turn. Because they'll have more suppression. Yeah, so well, the cavalry is exposed, but this isn't good against cavalry anyway, so whatever. I'm gonna put this guy here just to block. I'll have the artillery here to defend, so he won't be able to do much. And it's not like it's gonna be 6 for him, because it's only 6 because he's entrenched in the city and I'm attacking. If he's attacking, it's gonna be much lower. Now, I'm not seeing any units come from here, so why not go there, right? Scout a bit. This unit should be safe here. I don't imagine there's any way they can go there. Well, there is actually air units. Let's put them there. I think I can move him and shoot. I guess we can test that as well next turn. Right, how are we looking so far? 5 turns in and we're already surrounding these 2 cities, and we only need to surround this. I think we'll have plenty of time. But what used to be in the previous games is that if you complete objectives faster, you get more prestige basically. You'll get something called a major victory. I don't know how this works in this game. Does it say? No, it doesn't say anything interesting. Maybe they removed that feature, maybe not. We'll see. Maybe they have another tank. This is not good against the cavalry, but the tank... They put a bunch more tanks. It's surprising. Alright, let's move to this airfield. Not gonna be able to use my bomber this turn, which is a bit of a problem, but I'll use my fighters just to do a bit of damage. Should still do the trick. Not as great, but still useful. I'm not sure I'm gonna deal with this tank, to be honest. Because I don't have a tank here. Should have thought about that, maybe. The bridge infantry is gonna be late as well, so put him here, I guess. To cross on this side. What artillery is this? 2 range? That's fine. Not too worried about that then. I guess I can try to move this tank around. I wanna put this guy adjacent to the city. Some suppression. It is 3 suppression, that's a lot. I can attack with infantry, right? Now I can do something really risky. I think if I use the recon I can move up to here. Because of the recon movement. Phase movement. Yeah, this ability also allows the unit to sneak through the enemy's zone of control. So I can get here, but if he has another unit to attack, then I'm gonna die for sure, because that's way too risky. So I don't necessarily want to do that. I'm gonna shoot here just because I can. It's not gonna actually gonna do anything, maybe give me a bit of experience. It's always useful. So yeah, maybe move up here and next turn deal with the tank. That's what I'm thinking. I really want to encircle him, but that's so risky. Alright, let's deal with this tank first. This tank is pretty weak. I wonder if I can block here with that. Sounds too risky. I want to put this guy too close to the city. I don't know what's there. Nothing, it seems. Okay. Alright, let's go here. Do this. I would have liked slightly better results, to be honest. Oh, this is a free attack because this guy is well, he's basically, he can't retaliate. He has 4 suppression and 4 health. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, he surrenders. I don't understand how that works, because he... Last time he retreated through the friendly unit, but this time he didn't. I guess if you have zone of control on the friendly unit, then he can't retreat to that. Something like that, I imagine. I'll figure it out eventually. Now, I don't think we'll be able to overwhelm this guy this turn. Oh, maybe we will be. Yeah, let's finish him off. Even though this guy is weakened, we'll keep him a bit behind. This guy will have to hold, I'm afraid. We'll reposition this tank over here. Position this tank here. Keep the city. Reposition the recon. Where? Something like here. I'm thinking maybe I'll scout here to see if anyone's coming. I don't think I really care, but if they flank, it'll be bad. If they take this, I don't care. Or I can move up to here to scout. If anything else to move? No. Just gonna attack, but I'd rather not. I'll attack when I have a better attack. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't keep him here. You know what, I'll retreat 1 square. I can give up this square, it's not a big deal. Because the artillery can move and shoot, and I want to take artillery fire. Wow, he took 7 damage. That's a lot of damage. I did not expect that. Alright, so he's out of ammo. Right. Pretty confident I can deal with the tank this turn though. Now what I want to do is flank the artillery. Let me scout first. Oh, that was a good attack. I'm not worried about airplanes. I really doubt he has any more. He would have moved around with them if he did have them, I imagine. So was this guy surrounded? I imagine he was. Yeah, that's why he didn't get ammo at the start of the turn. Means I will have to pull him back a bit. See, the thing is, he can come out and attack that, and that'll be bad for me, but... And he would leave the city. He wouldn't do that, right? Well, I guess it's the first mission, so now is the time to experiment. See how the AI thinks. I doubt he's gonna leave. Actually, he can't, because there's a zone of control. No, there isn't a zone of control here, so I think he can move here, theoretically. But I doubt he's gonna do that, and it's not even a good move. Like, if he kills the unit, maybe, but I could just buy a new one, and he would donate the city to me for free, and he will ruin his entrenchment. Slowly creep these guys up here, and this guy, I don't really need the flank anymore. So I'll just use him to block the anti-tank piece, because he can still do some damage. We'll start attacking next with the artillery. And now I wanna check what's over here. I wonder if the tank will be safer or the infantry will be safer. I imagine the tank's gonna be safer, right? Still a bit spooked. Maybe I should wait for my airplanes. But what am I doing with these units this turn? I want to reposition them at least. Fine, let's move here. Let's have a look. Infantry. Not worried about that. Let's check here. Nothing. Okay. I'll keep these guys a bit distance, protect my flank, but also I'll be able to reach anything really. This guy I'll keep here. Should be pretty safe. Oh, that's the recon. Forgot about that. Let's put him here. Alright. So we shoot there, that's not a big deal. This is strong against tanks, but he gives up his position here. Which is it's alright. And how much? 4 suppression. I wanna use the Junkers here. Stuka bomber. It's a pretty good hit. Attack here, I'm gonna attack here. We're probably gonna attack this then. Can we overwhelm? No. Yeah, I think overwhelm doesn't work if there's an artillery defending, but this artillery only defends against soft targets? Right. Is this guy suppressed at all? No. Interesting. Let's try this. Should work, right? Yes. And we can get an extra hit here. Now, I want to be careful with these guys. I don't want to put them next to the infantry because I don't want them to fight the infantry, to be honest. They only have 1 ammo and they're not super healthy. I don't think I'll attack this turn. I'm debating if I want to move here or here. I think just here is fine, honestly. Now let's go here. Here's what I'll do. He doesn't have a lot of effective strength right now because of the entrenchment, so the suppression, sorry. So I will leave with this tank. I'll move him all the way up here. There isn't any more units, interesting. Let's take the airfield then. Alright, so it seems I'll need the artillery there, and then I'll be able to capture that. We'll get these guys here, they'll be protected by the artillery. Just wanna scout a bit to make sure no one's coming to flank me, because they did warn about that. I don't want to step here, that sounds bad. I could move here with the tank. It's a bit risky though, it's a pretty weak tank. And this guy I'll just keep next to the city, but not too close because I don't want him to get attacked. I think I want to move to a position around here so I can cover both cities. And this guy will stay here to provide defensive support. The only real question is with these two units what I want to do. Oh man. Ooh. Here's what I'll do. I'll just put it here and check. And since it's not an overrun, I will stay here. He wouldn't attack from the river, and that's a bad attack from him, and he'll have to leave the city. So I think that's fairly safe. He does attack, but it's not a great attack. He's very heavily suppressed. Now he's even more heavily suppressed. Now, where do I want to use my Stuka? I guess I'll use it here, because it only does something here. Never mind, didn't do anything. It's a free kill. Some suppression maybe? Nope. Alright. This guy, how much ammo does he have left? 3. He still has a few points left. I want to take this first. I will surround him. Wait, was he already surrounded? Actually, I want to check, where does it say if you're surrounded or not? Oh, encircled, my bad. He's not encircled. Why is he not encircled? How does that work? Is it because he has a city behind him? So can I not encircle him? Interesting. That's actually kind of bad, because I can take a pretty massive hit on this guy. But hey, you know, losing units in the first mission is actually not a big deal, because they don't have a lot of experience. It's only bad if you lose experienced units. I still need to wait one more turn for this to be a good attack for me. So we'll do that, I guess. Yeah, but I don't quite get why he's not encircled. Probably because of the city behind him, which I can't capture for some reason. I guess you have to move through here first. because it's a major river? I don't know how that works. It's a bit unfortunate, but nothing here yet. It's not the greatest turn, but I want to take it slow. I should start thinking about encircling this guy so I can suppress him. I have some turns down. I'll do it next turn. Alright, he has to be a free kill by now. No, that did not suppress him. No. I still have very good combat results there. Is there a way I can make him surrender? I don't think there is. Because there are 3 squares here and I can't take that. Alright, we'll just kill him the old-fashioned way, I guess, then. Maybe I use the Stuka here, it doesn't really do much anyway. Nah, I want to get as high as possible dealing damage. None of them deal damage. Interesting. Alright. He refuses to retreat, that guy. Really? I didn't kill him. Alright. Well, I want to encircle this guy. This could be risky, however. Can this guy hold? Or should I wait for artillery? I guess I can wait for artillery. This guy didn't attack. Well, actually I can't. How am I gonna deal with this guy is the question. Oh, those are the pioneers. They're very damaged. Oh, I do know how to deal with him. It's gonna be a pain though. Alright, change of plan. We're gonna need all the time in this mission. But I have a plan. I'll move this back, I don't need to expose him right now. What else have we not moved? Move this guy a bit closer. I want to surround him, but I'll do it next turn. It's too risky to do it next turn. Just move it here. Alright. He's not moving anything. I guess he doesn't have any more units. That's good. I just need to deal with these bad boys and we're done. Start to get some experience in the fighter if I can get the last hit. Oh, nice. Be shooting at this guy because we were planning to encircle him so the suppression will be permanent. Can this guy take a hit? That's my question. I think this guy should be able to once he's defended with artillery, and so can this guy. So why does the encirclement not work now? I'm confused. Like, I knew why. You can't say it doesn't work for cities because they have supply, because this guy was in a city and he wasn't encircled. So what was the difference here? I don't understand. Yeah, well. How do we capture these cities then? If the encirclement doesn't work. My plan was to just go behind him. Does it not work here as well? No. Why not though? Like he's completely surrounded. Is there a difference between the towns? Let me check. Minor roads, major river, primary objective, supply hex. Oh, I see, I see. So they're on top of the supply hex, which is why we can't encircle them. Alright, but wait a minute, what's the difference between a supply hex and a non-supply hex? They seem identical to me. Like they're visually identical. Aren't they? I guess the supply hex is the circle. So it'll be that circle here, which I thought is the unit, but I'm guessing the circle is the supply hex. Alright, alright. Alright, that would make things a bit complicated though, because how am I gonna kill these guys? My units are pretty weakened. I would need to focus all my artillery units on one unit to kill it. It's a bit unrealistic though, like, if you have the encirclement mechanic, yeah, you're on top of a supply field, but like, literally all my units surrounded. He has to run out of ammo eventually. Supply field's not infinite, right? Alright, that'll be a bit tough then. Lost the tank, yikes. Maybe that was all according to plan, because now we can buy... Oh, we can't even buy a Pioneer, really? Are the tanks that cheap? There are only 2 costs, look at that. What does this mean? Wait a minute, I can overstrength units with challenge elite? How does that make sense? That is another new mechanic to me, that's confusing. Anyway, I don't really need a tank, I need an infantry. Can I buy an infantry? Or an artillery maybe? What would be best? A strategic bomber. Oh yeah, that's what it wants. Alright, that should work. Alright. That would take so much time. Whatever. Third position, everything. Keep this guy here. Keep these guys not too close. Hope to get a hit. Scouts, I guess. Shoot, because why not? Might as well. We have 3 attacks. Alright. Can he reach both? He can. We'll need to take this gun ideally, because I'm running out of time. Alright, that's quite a bit of suppression. It means we should be able to attack. guy is weak, but he's still a pioneer, so he should do well. The infantry should also do well, because they're fighting in the city. Attack with the tank, might as well. Put this guy here to defend. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I might need to move that. Alright. Let's put this here. There's no need keeping tanks up there. Keep these guys in range and bomb this guy. Might as well relocate my fighters. He killed it? How did he kill it? That is just ridiculous. Losing too many units. Alright, so basically I will need to kill this guy this turn. Kill the other guy next turn. Which might not be as easy as it sounds. Wait, really? It's not a critical objective? Oh, I get it, that's on the supply line. Yeah, I was confusing those. So there's only one type of victory, is that correct? Or did I just do badly? Was that where I got the victory? There used to be like minor victory and major victory before, but maybe they removed that. So our artillery got the most experience. That's interesting to me. Is that the unit that got wrecked? Is that why they got experience? It's very possible. I lost a bunch of units though, which is pretty bad, honestly. And I lost the unit, which I didn't want to lose.
Good news for you. Your successes in the Danzig corridor, coupled with von Rundstedt's advances south of you, have virtually encircled the Polish capital of Warsaw. In order to prevent our enemy from establishing a second line, I'm ordering you deep into the Polish interior. Your ultimate objective lies all the way in distant Vlodova, here on the Bug River. Along the way, our friends in the Luftwaffe have requested you to pacify the east. Forward elements of 10th Army have secured Puławy here, but they lack the resources to advance on their own. I suggest reinforcing them if necessary. We don't want the Poles to retake the air. Good luck, Herr General.
Alright. What is this? You have a new hero, he's not assigned to any units yet. To assign him, open unit details. Assign hero, interesting. What does Vigilant do? I still don't get what this looks, what this means. I'll need to read up on that. I wonder if the game has like an encyclopedia or something. I don't think it does. Alright. Yep. Sounds good. What do we name this? Alright, I will do the deployment in the next video because I'll need to pay close attention to the objectives now that I actually know what everything means, and hopefully we can do better than last time. Alright, see you next time.